My name is John McCarthy. I'm the General Manager for Parks and Recreation for Sarasota County. I think the first thing I'd like to share with you is that this park has an interesting identity. A lot of folks know it as Buchan Airfield, and a lot of folks know it as Kiwanis Park. And actually, Kiwanis Park is the wooded area that you see back here. And of course, the airport is the Buchan Field, and then everything in between is called Buchan Airport Community Park. So that's where we are today. Over the last several years, there have been a couple of improvements to the park and some plans and some things going on. And part of that was to recycle these buildings, which came off of Minnesota Key, and they were going to be bulldozed. And we thought we would move them here and create something along the lines of the Florida House up in Sarasota, a place where people could come and learn about conservation and ecology and recycling and all those sorts of things. So we thought it'd be neat to recycle buildings to do that. We also had plans for a children's playground because with many more families in the Englewood area looking for different places, and they like the variety of different playgrounds, and so that's why there's a playground here, and we have other things going on as well. But I think what I'd like to do first before we get started is to thank all the folks that put this together, both the ongoing activities here at the park as well as today's events. And so I need to recognize, and I need some of my staff to wave their hands. Mary Stagg. Mary, where are you?
Right here.
Mary's right here. Wave her hand. Mary puts all the playgrounds together for Sarasota County Parks and Rec. Her job title is like playground professional, and she studies all the latest stuff. She looks for recycled products, and she wants them all to be safe. Mary conducts inspections, periodic inspections of all the playgrounds in the county. We're probably up to about 60 playgrounds now, which is pretty cool. We've got Carolyn Brown here somewhere in the audience. Carolyn, where are you now? There she is over there. Carolyn's our recreation manager. Anything that has anything to do with recreation in Sarasota, Carolyn takes care of. And Carolyn designed the t-shirts that we're going to be giving away to all the children here very shortly. Linda Eppinger is a parks naturalist. Linda, where are you? Linda's way in the back. Linda identified all the gopher tortoise burrows out in the open field. And when you came in to park your cars, you might have noticed we kind of cordoned off the gopher tortoise burrows so we wouldn't run over any turtles today. That was a good thing. Joe Wazorik's out here somewhere. Where's Big Joe? He takes care of keeping an eye on keeping our parks in good shape. Kristen Steffen. Kristen, where are you? Wave your hand. Kristen's been working with the Englewood Center for Sustainability to make some things happen down here. Patty Gergen's with us today. Patty came for two reasons. She's the parks manager who does all of our construction oversight. Patty's right back here. She's also a pilot, so she wanted to see the airplanes. And we got Dave Lattin here today and Bill Carter, some of those hard-working folks in Sarasota County Parks and Rec, always working behind the scenes to keep everything safe, clean, and ready for folks to enjoy. We got the Englewood Fire Department here today. Let's hear it for the fire department. Woohoo! We got Mommy Magazine here today. Where's Mommy Magazine, folks? All right, Mommy Magazine. Mommy Magazine writes all about different things for families to do with their children in the Sarasota area. They come to all of our park grand openings. They do little reports on all the parks, and we actually have to read their magazine to know what to do next with playgrounds and stuff. So we love Mommy Magazine. Englewood's a great old town, and in order to keep it that way, there's something called the Englewood CRA, the Community Redevelopment Agency, and we've got folks here from the CRA, and we have a staff member who works with them, Debbie Marks, and Debbie's out here somewhere. Everybody in Englewood should know Debbie Marks. And as you're enjoying your lunch today, you can thank three guys that we've named the Guys Grilling. And that's Todd Tracy, Bart Tracy, and Roger Redmond. We want to thank them for cooking up all the food. And with that, I'd like to introduce Chairman of our Board of County Commissioners, Joe Barbetta.
Thank you, John. This is one of the favorite things that we get to do in our job.
dedicate parks, dedicate playgrounds. And I want to tell you, we have a lot of great employees in Sarasota County and a lot of great departments. But parks is just phenomenal. What they do with a small budget, what they produce for the community is just incredible. And we can't thank John and Carolyn and Kristen and Debbie enough for everything they do. It's just absolutely incredible. What a great department. I'm going to tell you a little bit about the play structures here that the kids are enjoying. Obviously, whatever Mary did, she did it right, because they're sure loving it out there. The playground was manufactured and installed by Landscape Structures. And that company, Landscape Structures, is a member of the U.S. Green Building Council, and they're also the first manufacturer in North America to be ISO certified for environmental stewardship. The EVOS series of play structures represents sustainability by design. They offer 30% reduction of our carbon footprint compared to traditional play structures, and they're created from over 81% recycled content. Total cost $107,511. And in the not too distant future, you're going to see a shade structure back there also. It's on order and ready to be installed. The playground consists of WeVos structure for 2 to 5-year-olds, a 6 to 12-year-old EVO structure, swings, and 2 Tough Rider airplane springs. John and I are going to ride those later. The EVOS and WeVos play systems introduce a new way to explore continuous play with cool looks and innovative opportunities to jump, swing, climb, and spring from one component to the next. These play structures are also accessible from all points, encouraging participation by those with special needs and abilities. Again, I want to give a special thanks to our Parks Department. I want to thank all of you for being out here today. Enjoy the rest of the day, and now I'm going to turn things over to Commissioner Patterson, who's going to tell you a little bit about the buildings that are behind you. Thank you.
Well, thank you, Joe. It's always fun to come to a Park Zone opening, and it's particularly fun when there's a playground for children and parents around and people having a great time. And I know our Parks Department takes advantage of every possibility to increase families' enjoyment in the many properties that we own. But before you leave and after you're through enjoying the playground, be sure you take advantage of taking a little trip into the buildings behind you. They are all about the Englewood Center for Sustainability, which was originally a brainchild of Tom Minnick, that Englewood had to have its own learning center. And Eric Phelps has partnered with him, and they are going to be working with you guys to make this a reality. It's a brand new community organization that will be located in these buildings, and it's going to be all about you folks, a place to learn what sustainability really means to our planet, to our community, to ourselves, and to our pocketbooks. Sustainability is also very, very much about saving money. It's by no means all about the environment. So take a little tour through. The buildings are gorgeous. They would have been trashed, except that actually Commissioner Staub, who I think was here earlier, is part of the movement to save these buildings and make them useful and make them part of this park. So take a tour, and thanks all of you for coming, and thanks again to our incredible park staff who make things like this happen.
Thank you, Nora. Nora mentioned Eric Phelps, and I'd like to introduce Eric. Eric's over here. Eric, wave!
Don't forget the real brains behind you.
Yeah! And folks, we're about ready to cut the ribbon, and that'll open the floodgates for the helmets, the t-shirts. Any of you young folks, don't forget to get your t-shirts. They're really cool. And then we've got the food, and of course go inside. And someone mentioned to me the buildings are air conditioned, so if you're a little warm, go on inside. But I brought this young lady up here because the last time I was here for a dedication ceremony, it was with Betty Nugent of the local historical society, and the day was all about the past. It was all about the history of the site, the history of the Buchan family. We dedicated a historical marker, and today's kind of all about the future. It's about the kids, it's about the park, it's about sustainability. So we went from the past to the future, and Betty's here for both of them. So thank you, Betty, for being here today. And now I think we need the commissioners. Debbie, we need Debbie Marks, and Eric, we need you, and we're going to cut the ribbon, and then everything's going to happen after that.
Say when.
Ready?